And moving on to episode 3. After assessing the cost of materials and labor, now Dina needs to determine the cost of her overhead.
Overhead. What a huge discussion. I mean, and not as well defined as the other two. It doesn't take a very big business for it to be thousands of items that make up overhead, and they all have to be somewhat dealt with in some way.
So when I started this business, I had worked for a place for 10 years, was in charge of staff and inventory, never producing chocolate ever before in my life. I bought the production equipment, the recipes, and I knew where everything was ordered because I did all the product ordering. So I called the company, I placed my order, and on the packaging it had 3 different types of tempering, and I chose the one that I knew that they did because I'd seen it happen, I just had never done it, and that's how I started.
And now you have specialized types of equipment?
I purchased continuous tempering machines that makes it so we can actually produce more for less labor. And my choice on why I chose the machines I chose was there's actually a US-based distributor, and if I have problems with it, I can go back to them, versus another brand that you had to go back to Belgium or Italy. So that was a big part of why I chose the equipment I chose.
Just as we're talking about it, depreciation is one of those things that is not often well understood. It's the assets, it's a usable life, and then you portion it out over a number of years, basically, in order to be able to get to recapture the cost of that. And so the amount of time that you use these products is where the payback is. So you've got to work that into your cost structure too, which is all part of the overhead.
Correct.
As well as, just so people who are viewing this understand, you have a lease here. There are different kinds of leases out there. Can you talk about how that worked for you?
So my lease here is a set lump. It's a set dollar amount. I don't have additional taxes or fees or anything that I have to come up with periodically throughout the year, which for me made the difference of being able to have a retail and not have a retail. When I moved into this space, I had to bring the electrical and the plumbing up to code. But that expense exceeded what I anticipated, and it would have been even more if I tried to move in downtown.
At one point, I understand that you were wholesale, and then you added retail. So, I mean, you made those decisions along the way, and there's a different costing structure that comes into play.
Just doing wholesale, you don't need a retail frontage on a street. You can be back in an industrial complex somewhere. And so your rent is less money. And retail, you have to have not just your store frontage, you're now paying retail employees and all the packaging that you need for your retail and your bags and your POS system and all of those things that are part of your overhead costs.
There's also all kinds of hidden, if you want to call it that, overhead costs. Electricity, sewer, insurance. How do you deal with all that?
So for me, when I'm figuring how much I'm going to charge, either retail or wholesale, I need a minimum of a 30% margin on the wholesale, which is the lowest amount that I would sell something for. So it covers my insurance, my rent, my overhead, where other people might make specific line items in their spreadsheets for them. I need a minimum of 30%. Then you have your retail.
So really, you're running 2 businesses here.
Yes.
So at this point in time, we have materials, we have labor. We know that we have this 30% component that we want to add on top of materials and labor to cover your overhead costs.
Correct.
How are we doing as far as this special order goes?
Well, at this moment on that special order, for the dollar amount that they're wanting to spend, I'm actually in the negative, but I don't necessarily want to tell them no. The other thing is I can go back to them and say, okay, I can't do it for this dollar amount. Reality is we're going to have to go up in dollar amount. So I can have my 30% to cover my overhead.
You're basically educating the customer.
Yes.
And letting them know they're getting a fair deal, they're getting a high quality product, and this is what it's going to cost if they want to do business with Branson's Chocolate.
Quality product is really what it comes down to.